Carpe diem, my name is Ultranatic. Just play it already. This is where I, as a lover of animation and reality shows, look over the show that combine them together. Okay, let's not be around the bush here. We're about to dive into an episode that I put in league with some of the worst in the entire franchise, an apparently pirate-themed episode called Search and Do Not Destroy. If you thought Pirates 3 sucked, here's an even worse bit of pirate media. I'm sure you're all wondering what's so hate-worthy about this episode. It seems pretty typical on the surface, as we have a scavenger hunt-like challenge, with plenty of obstacles for our campers to overcome. But that's only the basis. The highlight of the episode will cause some of the greatest conflict in total drama history. And I absolutely hate it. So let's do the opposite of what this title tells us. This is Search and Do Not Destroy. So the episode opens up with some acoustic guitar and piano music, just like all the preachy Robin Williams films. Hey, Robin Williams is king, but he did have a couple bad flicks under his belt.
Hey, beautiful! What you sketching?
Nothing. Just give it up and make out already.
What was that? I know that. Let's just pretend we don't for the moment.
I absolutely, positively don't have a crush on Trent. Sure, for a week or two I was into him.
But then he left me buried alive, but then I got over it. But then I was mad about it again, but then I got over it again. But then I was mad about it again. He told me he'd dig me up last if he had a choice.
You know, you're totally the last person here I'd leave buried in the sand if I had a choice.
And now it's all gravy. I've seen more logical decision processes from 8 balls.
Meet me at the amphitheater in 5 minutes, and I'll tell you about today's challenge.
Okay, the pirate talk is thankfully not overused and actually kind of funny. It'd only be funnier if they aired it on Talk Like a Pirate Day. Wait, you're serious? I'm not even kidding. Cartoon Network premiered this episode the day before National Talk Like a Pirate Day. And it's not even a forced holiday tie-in. The schedule just kind of perfectly set the date. I don't know if that was planned or not, but it's a nice touch. It's also one of the few genuinely positive things I have to say about this episode. So Chris reveals the challenge is a play on a treasure hunt.
Who here has a hankering for a good old-fashioned treasure hunt?
I'd rather wear pink.
Now, this treasure hunt's got a twist, mateys. What you're looking for isn't hidden, and it isn't treasure.
If there's no treasure, then what's with the eye patch and the plastic parrot?
I think the bigger question is, what's with the Punisher logo on his hat? Yeah, that's not a traditional skull and crossbones. The Punisher deserves better than this. Or even this. What they're actually doing is retrieving the keys to said chests, which have been scattered throughout the island.
That there is the septic tank for the washrooms.
How important is that dinner?
Let me show you.
Go find your keys and bring them back by 6 p.m.
So we see Trent retrieves his key from some sharks, Heather must retrieve her key from Chef's fridge, and Gwen has to get her key from a skunk hole.
You okay?
My key is in that skunk hole. Skunks totally freak me out.
Huh, words didn't mention that in Phobia Factor, but whatevs. While Lindsay helps Heather get her key, Trent helps Gwen get hers.
The fact that Gwen is so smart and independent, coupled with the fact that she's incredible to look at, she rocks my world. So yeah, I'll take a skunk shot for her any day.
Okay, to be fair, this isn't that bad. In fact, I kind of appreciate that we finally hear what Trent sees in Gwen. Not saying she was overall bad, but it was unclear why he was attracted to her.
Aw, what a trust-building, heartwarming moment. Did I see tongue?
Okay, that kiss was adorable, and it makes for a very sweet moment. Or it would, if this was episode 2 or 3, but it's not. It's episode 16! You see, reality shows are very different from other TV shows. In usual sitcoms and dramas, romances can take a lot of time to blossom, because it's fiction and everything needs to be built up. But in reality, as well as in reality TV, attraction is established usually pretty quickly. And that's kind of displayed between these two during the big sleep, but it was so half-baked because it didn't feel like there was any investment. So this whole fine over each other thing, including the endearing kiss we just saw, would be kind of cute and likable at an earlier stage of the game. But here, it's kind of like if somebody learned basic arithmetic at age 29, which is totally possible given this staff. Yeah, I harp on that a lot, but this many math mistakes is inexcusable. Don't their computers have calculators? But I'm sure many of you are thinking, why am I mad at Gwen acting like a routine sitcom romance when Dunkney was borderline the same thing?
Careful your big paws don't match the pastry.
Careful your uptight butt doesn't curdle the custard.
Well, first off, Dunkney were at least consistent in their behavior to each other before their first kiss. He wanted her, she pretended that she didn't. They had half funny, half irritating squabbles. It was perfect.
I know you like me. Everyone knows it.
And to think I actually thought you were nice.
Which brings me to the other reason. Dunk knew whether or not they liked each other, had chemistry. Courtney genuinely tried to be kind to Duncan during hard times for him, and Duncan genuinely tried to help Courtney have more fun and rebelling. But do Gwen and Trent really gain anything from being with each other? Gwen's personality doesn't evolve, and Trent is still the same boring person he was at the beginning, so I see absolutely nothing interesting or likable about their relationship, even given that last couple seconds.
Everyone knows that boyfriend-girlfriend is just another way to say alliance, and my alliance is gonna be the only alliance on this island.
Well, given you're the one who revealed their relationship to the world, it's remarkable you didn't try to take them down earlier. But I digress, what's her plan?
There is no time for that now. We need to have an alliance meeting.
Spoilers, Izzy plays no part in this plan. It's revealed that Lindsay must write a fake letter to Gwen, addressed from Trent to meet down at the beach.
Meet by the dock of shame at 5 o'clock for a little surprise. Love, Trent.
I've personally grown tired of these overused Degrassi cliches, which will be followed by several others, so let's break all of them down. First, fake letter. Gwen's going to blindly follow this, even though Trent probably would have just invited her in person to this date. But what if the surprise, had it been real, was a romantic picnic or something? I'm pretty sure he still would have just led her to said beautiful date in person anyways, like I said. They just kissed and have proven their attraction to each other. What would be the point in making it a surprise?
I'll be back in a second.
Second, we don't see who she was talking to, but presumably it was Trent since most of the other campers are busy with their challenges, so why wouldn't she question how he's outside and yet had time to place a letter on her bed?
Give me a break. I'm the fastest man alive, and even I can't be in 5 places at once.
And you'll never guess where this leads to.
Where is she? I knew I couldn't count on her.
I just don't know what's up with Heather. Maybe you should go talk to her.
Third, shouldn't he be wondering why Lindsay isn't comforting her? I mean, how many people does Heather even confide with on this island? Because last I checked, Trent wasn't one of them, which isn't surprising since Heather has a history of being...
Are you gonna be a team player or not? Back off, ghetto glamour, too tight pants wearing rap star wannabe. Why don't you dodge this? Oh! You are nothing without me. Go get my makeup bag from the cabin.
But the bees.
No!
unapproachable. And despite that, Trent approaches the serpent in the Garden of Eden, I mean Heather, and... I can't even. Just count this as a big fourth and watch.
Heather, what's wrong?
Gwen's just been so mean to me.
Even counting the fire ants, no she hasn't.
And I just don't get why.
I certainly do.
I don't think I can go on.
Did she just falsely claim she was going to kill herself?
Gwen's just been so mean to me, and I just don't get why. I don't think I can go on.
I'm willing to bet the writers didn't mean to imply that, but that is how it comes across. Feigning thoughts of suicide to break up a couple?
That's a new low, which is a lot considering it's you.
But whatever, Heather continues to cry her tears that probably came from the crocodiles that Lashana's facing as Trent tries to comfort her.
Gwen's just kind of a hard girl to get to know, that's all. Don't take it personally.
Fifth, that's pretty gullible. But hey, in his defense, I've learned every career field I've worked for, always take a person's thoughts on suicide seriously, no matter the circumstances.
I'm just so surprised to hear you supporting her, you know, after all the horrible things that she says about you and... Oops.
What?
Oh goodness, no. I just said he was gullible, but please tell me he's not this guy.
You kids just trampled me.
Oh, no. You see, you were just dreaming that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well then I'm not angry with any of you.
She says about you and...
What do you mean?
Yeah, Trent decides to listen to all the things that Heather's biggest enemy, tied for anyways, has apparently told her.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home?
Gwen confided in the girls last week that she really can't stand you and thinks you're a total cliche, your music sucks, and she's only stringing you along to get further in the game.
Actually, in Heather's defense, despite the fact that Gwen never said those things, every statement she just made about Trent is true. Total cliche, check mark. His music sucks, 100%. Gwen's only stringing him along, half true. We know she legit likes him, but having a reliable partner to make it to the end of the game where you win $100,000 isn't exactly a downside.
But I thought me and Gwen had a real connection.
But he totally believes that Gwen said those things, with almost no persuasion whatsoever.
Nobody's that stupid, right?
And coinkity-doo, Gwen comes along. So the not-so-straight arrows that Heather has been shooting aim for their bullseye.
Maybe Gwen thinks your music sucks, but I think you're really talented.
Yes, the moment that arguably defines the season. Heather kisses Trent with Gwen watching, breaking both of their hearts and effectively ending their relationship. And this inevitably leads to every breakup cliche possible. Trent, rather than yell at Heather for trying to immediately rebound on the girl who just broke his heart, no seriously, is no one going to address that, just stumbles back in shame, while Gwen sobs, drops her letter, and steps on it in disgust. And they go to separate sides of the island and fall to their knees and cry in anger. They even have hateful things to say to each other in the confessionals that mirror the exact same thing the other is saying.
Jerk!
User!
I thought we had
something real.
Showing their hurt for each other's betrayal is equal. This is awful! This stupid, overused, toilet stain, copy and pasted efforts of creativity! And the worst part about it is that the rest of the episode is actually not that bad. In fact, it's mostly pretty good. There actually are some decently funny moments, especially with Izzy and the snake that bites her thrice.
You've got a snake on your head.
I know, but don't worry, he's friendly.
And even a funny outcome at the end with some of the prizes.
What the? Jeff will be able to cover up that foul stench with a can of new Cleaver body spray.
I just snorkeled in a septic tank for cologne? Nice!
But my god, this rom-com drawn-out misunderstanding horse punky that I had to sit through? I think this is the one too many time I had to sit through it. Especially when you compare this to Dunkney. I'm 100% confident that if Dunkney and Gwen switched places in this scheme, the situation would have been different. Why? Because Duncan and Courtney, even if they believed Heather, which they probably wouldn't have, they're much smarter than that, would have at least yelled at each other. Gwen and Trent don't speak a single word to each other throughout the rest of the episode until the end. I'm sure Duncan and Courtney would have done a lot of arguing over each other, but at least it would have equaled out to communicating. Talking over a broken phone line is better than not bothering the call at all.
Well, maybe you could ask her.
No. We can never talk about it again.
Well, maybe you could just...
No. We can never talk about it for the rest of our lives.
So does anything good happen after that? Well, there is a funny scene where Owen tries to get his key from a sleeping bear.
Oh crap. Crap infinity.
And I do like that when Lashana goes to comfort Gwen and finds out what happened.
Heather is so off this island.
I like this for two reasons. One, it shows in their display of how you can diss her, but if you diss her friends, she'll rough you up worse than the crocodiles.
How'd you get all scratched up like that?
Hi, you should see the crocodiles.
And two, because it will give a fantastic build-up to the marshmallow ceremony, where Heather will get her comeuppance for her dirty deed.
Oh, and look, an invincibility pass. Lucky me.
You've gotta be me. Oh yeah, I curse. I try to keep it clean for any kids that might be watching this. Just when I thought you couldn't make this more contrived. Remember my If You Can't Take the Heat review where I compared Heather to Hell's Kitchen's Elise?
You had to have been the problem.
Whatever.
You had to have been the problem in the Red Sea.
I'm not the problem because I'm still here.
But my reason...
No, you're trying to overstep and
I'm not overstepping.
Well, for all people out there who watch both these shows and hate Elise, say what you will about her, but at least you can make an argument that she earned safety. Many would make a definitive argument against it, but there's an argument to be made at least. Here, even as a fan of Heather, I can't find any way this could have been non-scripted, even if this was live action. I mean, I know reality TV will have scripted moments, and I'm okay with that. Sometimes they're funny and outrageous.
Fuck that shit, dog. You wanna talk some shit? Let's go step outside, motherfucker.
But when it's undercut by obviously scripted and horrendously cliched moments, it just makes the overall outcome infuriating.
You're just watching these cliches play out and nothing else. Cliches are fine, we need them once in a while, but if you're not gonna add anything or give a unique spin on it, it's just cliches and nothing else.
And it's doubly infuriating because when Lashana found out and rallied the troops to oust Heather, no one else decided to get Trent's side of the story.
We need you in the alliance so we can vote off Heather. She's playing around with Gwen's boy Trent.
I can't believe Trent cheated on Gwen. And with Heather? Now that stinks, man.
They just assumed he was a two-timing little spitball and kept their distance.
You messed up, dude.
Maybe I was wrong about Duncan earlier because at least he should have asked, but why blame him alone? This is inexcusable on everyone's part. I mean, I guess I'll give Lashana a break since she's so blinded by rage for Heather that this probably didn't cross her mind. Heck, she doesn't even tell everyone to vote out Trent but Heather. It just so happens that Heather is given immunity. Not earns it, is given it. Heck, she didn't even get her key without Lindsay's help. Ugh, whatever, trying to get away from that, Lashana informs DJ,
we need you in the alliance so we can vote off Heather. She's playing around with Gwen's boy Trent.
Who should just get his key now, and Bridget, who partakes in this classic Monty Python moment.
There is. What, behind the rabbit? There is the rabbit.
Also, despite his heartbreak, you'll notice that when Trent gets his prize, he doesn't look the teensiest bit sad.
I really feel like I made such awesome friends here, and it's so hard for me to vote anyone off.
Gwen confided in the girls last week that she really can't stand you and thinks you're a total cliche.
And it's so hard for me to vote anyone off.
As you can see, I'm really torn up about it.
But then again, if he did, it might send some red flags to the other campers that something was wrong. But nah, they need to paint him as the bad guy. Let's compare this to what Heather did to Eva in The Big Sleep.
Isn't that Eva's MP3 player? Isn't she gonna get, like, really mad when she realizes it's gone?
That's exactly what I'm counting on.
Where is my MP3 player?
At least Eva really did do some bad things after being painted as the bad guy, or girl. No sane person would just lose something and destroy a cabin trying to find it. But it doesn't matter, he gets blindsided.
Trent, you messed up, dude.
You leave us no choice.
You know, the thought occurs to me, Lindsay is clearly Heather's second in command, of two, so why does no one ever consider voting her out to weaken Heather?
It makes so much sense.
It clearly doesn't.
Izzy, Jeff, Gwen, LaShawna, Lindsay, Bridget, DJ, Duncan, Owen, marshmallows for the lot of you.
That's right. Take your two-time ways back to where you came from.
But I thought I was getting along so well with everybody.
No, that's the wrong answer to give to that statement. The right answer is two-timing. On Gwen? Heck no, why would I two-time on her? But if he had said that, it would have led to an actual freaking conversation then, wouldn't it?
But I thought I was getting along so well with everybody.
I guess you were wrong.
You don't even care, do you?
Oh, but after all this time, after Trent gets eliminated, now Trent and Gwen talk it out.
Why should you care? You think I'm a cliche.
Where'd you get that from?
Her?
Well, if I didn't know any better, I'd say you two were idiots!
And they realize they got played. Oops, maybe if we were a good couple, this would have happened sooner than 30 seconds after Trent's torch got snuffed, so to speak.
You know, even after all this, I still didn't vote you off.
Well then, who did you vote for? Is that ever gonna be answered?
Oh no!
It's okay.
I guess not, as Trent gives a fun goodbye to Gwen since, no, it was all a misunderstanding. It's not like we both acted like idiots and our behavior needs to be addressed.
Whatever happened, happened. At least we both know that we're still okay.
They even go in for another kiss, which is pointless since they already kissed this episode, which breaks the tension.
You have an appointment at the Dock of Shame and a ticket for the Boat of Losers.
So a very sad ending to a relationship that was meh at best and awful at worst.
Love to stick around, but it's been a long day and I'm gonna hit the showers.
But what about Heather? I mean, she's had fire ants dumped on her, been locked in the fridge, and thrown off a cliff. How could they top any of those? Yep, LaShawn uses her out-of-nowhere plumbing skills to switch the water lines with sewage during Heather's shower.
Sewage? Stop it!
Maybe you should let Jeff take one first? We can't be certain the cologne did the entire trick. I suppose that doesn't mean anything, and his stink is far less pungent than what comes from Search and Do Not Destroy. Or as I retitle it, I think this episode broke me. I mean, to its credit, only most of it is awful and not all of it. It's got a few funny moments here and there, and a decent premise for a challenge. But my god, all of the buildup of Gwen comes crumbling down like the daycare in Bentala. Every possible cliche in the book is used here, making for one of the worst storylines I've seen on this show. I won't say Gwen and Trent are awful conceptually though. What I think would be a much better character if they at least try a bit harder with her. You know, like...
Last year alone, there were 43 crane-related deaths.
Exactly like that. And the original promo for Camp TV, Trent was actually portrayed as a normal guy at camp.
And one guy who's pretty normal.
Which could have been funny to bounce off all the craziness. But they try to give him some bare bones form of personality instead. And the process sucked out all of Gwen's. And since the show is a big fan of people going over cliffs, I recommend Search and Do Not Destroy as the best candidate to take the plunge next. I'm sorry, I need a break from this. I just need some sort of relaxer, something just dumb and mindless. Maybe it'll justify the lack of effort I saw here today. I just did that one. And yeah, I knew the episode came out on the Cartoon Network app, but the actual release date for the other episodes on Cartoon Network hasn't arrived yet. There's another episode in the Cartoon Network app? Please tell me there's no obnoxious showmances like I just saw here today. Just what the doctor ordered.